All right, for this lesson, you're going to be writing ratios and proportions. Somebody tell me what the definition of a ratio is.
Division to compare two quantities.
Yes, it uses division to compare two quantities, meaning you usually see it written, it looks like a fraction. There are three different ways you can write a ratio, though. You can write it as a number A to B compared with a colon. You can say actually the words A to B, or the most common way is as a fraction, A over B. And these are obviously in relation to numbers. And each time you read this, you're going to say the ratio of A to B, or whatever the numbers are. So let's try one. Example 1, put this in your journals. A volleyball team plays 14 home matches and 10 away matches. Find the ratio of home to away. So how would I write this? You could write it as 14 over 10. 14 represents home and 10 represents away. The last thing you need to do is put this in simplest form. So we need to reduce this ratio, which would be what?
Divided by 2.
Divide both by 2, and you get 7 over 5. Very good. So this would be your final answer. Geometry? Shush. Whisper. All right, so for B, it asks us to find the ratio of home matches to all matches. So how many home matches were there?
14, 24.
And then total, you would add up the home and away to get, I heard it, 24. Reduce that, and what do you get?
7 over 12.
7 over 12. Congratulations, you have written your first ratios. No, we did this in 8th grade, so. Any questions on that? All right, let's do a couple on the guided practice. You can decide whether you want to put this in your book or not, or your journals. Derek and his brother decide to combine their CD collections. Derek has 44 CDs, and his brother has 52. Find the specified ratio. So, number 1, the number of Derek's CDs to the number of his brothers. So how many does Derek have?
Derek's 44.
And then his brother?
52.
Now, do I need to do anything else to this? Are you sure?
Oh, we gotta reduce.
Aha! We got to reduce it. So what can that reduce to?
4.
Wait, but 52 and 44 aren't equal.
No, but they're both even, so you can at least divide by.
4.
So you get 11 over 13. Very good. Now the second one they asked us, the number of Derek's CDs to the number of CDs in the entire collection. How many did Derek have?
44.
And then how many is in the entire collection?
100. No, sorry. It's 96.
Correct. Am I done?
No.
Reduced by 4.
Reduce, divide both by 4, you get
24.
11 over 24. Good. All right. Any questions on ratios?
No.
All right. Let's do proportion. Somebody tell me what the definition of a proportion is.
An equation that states that the ratios are equivalent.
Yes. So you're going to basically be writing one equation and you're setting it equal to another equation. Okay? And in this case, you see it says that the bottom, the denominators cannot be 0. Okay? So let's do example 2. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson is barking next door, and I can hear it. So we're going to solve the proportion. We have 11 over 6 equals, we don't know, over 30. Do you guys remember how to solve for this?
Yeah, you do this. X.
Uh-huh.
6x.
We're going to cross, multiply, and divide. So 30 times 11, which is 330, and then divide that by 6. What's 330 divided by 6? There's two ways you could do that. You could actually get a calculator out and do the division. You could hand divide it, or you could look at the example in the book. So I guess that's three ways. All right, 55.
How do you know, like, you divide that? Like,
You always multiply the two that are actually numbers and then divide by the third one. So since we're solving for this missing variable, we'll do a few more. You'll see the pattern. Oh, never heard of that, but I love it. That's really cool. Well, it makes sense. Here's the bat, and here's the ball. Clever. I like your teacher who taught you that. All right, let's do another one. This is guided practice if you want to put it in your journals. All right, so which two am I going to multiply?
35 and 4.
Yep, across, and then we're going to divide by 7.
Divide by 7.
So 35 times 4 is?
55? It's a 30.
35 times 4.
140.
And then divided by 7.
20.
Does everybody agree with Benjamin? Yes. W equals 20. Make sense? Okay, I still want to do a couple more. We have 9 over 2 equals m over 12. Which two am I multiplying?
9 and 12.
Cross multiply. Divide by the 2.
108.
Divided by 2 is?
54.
Yep. All right, one more. We have z over 54 equals 5 over 9.
5 and 54.
So multiplying 5 and 54, which is?
54 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
270.
And divide that by 9, and you get?
30.
Very good. All right, any questions on solving for the missing proportion? Yeah. Besides setting up a proportion, do you want me to go over that with you?
Can you go over the question, like the Chromebook question?
Oh, yeah,
I've
sure.
never seen that.
Yeah, let me write your assignment on here real quick. You're doing numbers 7 through, I could write a 7 through 29 odds only. And then I Excel C1.